After you have written your supporting paragraphs, or what's called the body of your essay, it's the main part, the middle part of your essay, you need to provide good connections between the main points of your essay, between those supporting paragraphs. And to provide connection, we use what's called transitions. Transitions are words and phrases that help you transition from one idea to the next. So in other words, it provides a bridge between idea number 1, idea number 2, idea number 3, so that your entire paper flows smoothly from idea to idea to idea. So that you don't have what I like to call a Frankenstein paper, where all of the different points are just kind of thrown in together, and it really doesn't matter whether point number 1 comes first or point number 2 comes second. You can just interchange and cut and paste each of those individual paragraphs, and it doesn't really change the essay overall. Providing transitions, or those connectives, keeps you from having that Frankenstein essay, and it makes it really smooth, and it makes it unified. The transitions transitions generally are words and phrases, but you can have what's called a bridging sentence that bridges from one topic to the next, especially if you have one point that may take up several paragraphs or several pages, depending upon the scope or the size of your paper. Using a bridging sentence may be helpful. But generally, transitions are thought of as words or phrases that help provide those smooth transitions between things that came before and things that come after. Your textbook has a list. It's around page 51, depending upon what edition of the textbook you're using, but it's a section called Transitions, and there's a box in the page that has a breakdown of the different types of transitions, or the different ways that these transition words and phrases can be used. The first breakdown is for time. We have words like first, next, now, afterwards, meanwhile, eventually, later, finally. Words that help your audience to stay abreast of where they are in the time sequence. So especially if you're doing something like a process, you can use words like first, second, next, afterward, meanwhile. It just helps your audience to know where they are in the time sequence. We also have a breakdown called addition or sequence, and this is helpful if you have some related points that are of equal value. So if you have point number 1 and then point number 2 and point number 3, you can use words like also, in addition, furthermore. You can also use words like first, second, third to show first point, second point, third point, next, finally, last, or last point. You also have a breakdown of words that show space. So words like above, below, next to, behind, words that show how things are related spatially to one another, or in relation to one another. Then you have words that show examples, words like for instance, for example, to illustrate. So if you followed my advice and use lots of examples in your essays, then you can use words like these that help you to transition appropriately. There's also words that show contrast as well as comparison. Words like in contrast, on the contrary, and then words like similarly, likewise, also. Then you have words that show cause or effects, and then words that show summary or conclusion. These are all just ways that help your audience to kind of to go smoothly from one topic to the next, or from one point to the next, or even from one paragraph to the next.